Before we fly on, my angels, here's a disclaimer. This story is recommended for those 14 and older. It contains mild profanity and mature subject matter. Please keep in mind that I am not supportive of any political or religious ideologies. This is a fictionalized portrayal of what I've experienced, and I wish for it to be treated as a form of entertainment. Viewer/listener discretion is advised. With that being said, please sit back and enjoy. Lord Nicholina, Rising Angel, Prologue, High School Sweetheart. It's late February 2020, and the first month of the second semester at Paris District High School is reaching its conclusion. Students, new and old alike, settle into their new class routines. The majority are thinking about their futures beyond secondary school, only seeing today as repetitive and unrewarding. Yet, a victory lap year student roams the halls not quite ready to leave this place she calls his second home. A strong, independent bigender young woman, whose legacy here is epitomized both within the classroom and the people who call her the school spirit lord. And yes, I am that student. My name is Nicholina Todd. I turned 19 around 3 weeks ago. I graduated from PDHS last year, but I had it set before my graduating year that I wanted to come back for one last trip around. Almost everyone here recognizes me for the school spirit I bring, as well as my alternating male-female voice. To start, I'm an assistant coach for the varsity hockey teams, both the boys and girls. We swept our county championships last week. They say my pregame speeches helped them to victory, which I've been doing throughout my entire education here. It's nothing new to me, but my autism knows how great it feels to be such a motivator for my fellow classmates. In return, whenever school spirit days come around, I get dressed up in my finest red, black, and white, and smother my face with the best face paint available. I like to switch it up every time. Will it be full face? Will it have stripes? Will it be like war paint? What color will the base be? It's all about the waiting game. The classroom is no different. I make honor roll every year. My classmates and teachers think I'm good at every subject, and I'm the modern day Albert Einstein. It is true, yet I just want to stay focused. Believe me, when an assignment is given, my brain is hardwired to it until it's done. That doesn't mean I don't ask for help every once in a while, though. Why else wouldn't my report card show 80% and 90% grades each time? In all honesty, my time here has shown great perspective. However, my parents were worried to heaven and back about how I'd fare here when I graduated elementary school. I struggled with my grades in my last 2 years there. I also got bullied a couple times, including once by a fellow kid on the spectrum, and missed significant time with salmonella at the beginning of my grade 8 year. Ugh, that was horrible. It really was. Yet the second I strolled through the doors of this school, their fears were put to bed in a heartbeat. Every time that bell rings, every student and teacher who pat me on the back, and every team I cheer on, they and I feel my legacy through here, taking another step forward. Today is no different. It's a brisk Tuesday morning as my mother parks at the library end, where the main parking lot is, to drop me off.
The crimson brick and sandstone top facade, which holds this giant together on this slope, is a sight burned into my 6'4" brain.
Have a great day, honey. Good luck on that test, she cheerfully says. Thank you, Mom, I reply as I open the passenger side door, fling on my backpack, and step onto the sidewalk.
See you at lunchtime. See you then, she comments back.
I close the door and she drives off, leaving me to enter through a corridor that connects the library to the large gym.
It has photos of past high school graduates posted on a crimson brick wall. I stopped to admire the 2019 one.
Boy, I look great in it. I continue through the lobby-like area and through the double doors leading to my locker. It's directly across from the geography classroom.
I punch in my lock code and fling it open to find it there. But it's the way I like it.
Except for the outside of it.
I never keep anything in there overnight. Not even the drawings I like to bring on occasion.
I pull my blue binder from my backpack, which I use for the morning. The cover I designed myself, for my 2 and only classes of the semester.
Communications Tech and Math. I open up my binder and read my math notes I have for today's test. It's on algebra.
Which is something I can manage, but...
You know what I mean.
As I finish, I catch sight of Mr. Quivers. He's the geography teacher I had in grade 9. And he's one of the more popular teachers in the school.
He arrives and unlocks the classroom door. Morning, Mr. Quivers!
I cheerfully call out to him. Oh, why hello, Miss Nicholina. How are you today? He replies, turning around to see me. I'm wonderful.
How might you be?
Same here. You're early again, he teases.
That I can't deny.
I say while giggling.
Just read my report card and find out.
Quivers laughs and shoots back. No need to bother. That is your keepsake. Much like your Hawaiian shirts, I reply with a grin that could extend the length of a hallway. Oh yes. You should wait and see what shirt I have for Friday. He comes back.
Very well. I'm looking forward to it. Good luck with your classes today.
Absolutely. You do as well. Thank you, Miss Nicholina, he says before walking into the classroom.
Thank you. I close my locker and work my way down the stairs in between the large gym and the cafeteria.
The first floor hallway activity picks up as the first wave of buses arrive. I look down and see a couple students from the girls' hockey team, Riley and Kira.
They are in grade 10, and they joyously walk through those doors.
I give them a wave. They instantly wave back
And walk towards me.
Hey, Coach Nicky. Do you have any advice for us for regionals? Riley playfully asks.
Well...
I stammer while other students pass by, minding their business. I don't have much right now. But I can say those other teams are no joke.
Just keep playing like Crosby says and we'll have no problems.
Fair enough, Kira replies. We can't wait to see you on the bench again. The two get on their way, and I head towards the Communications Tech classroom,
which is smudged in between the General Tech and Woodwork ones. I enter, and see that the usual teacher, Mr. Ingalls, is absent.
Weird. He never misses a day. Mr. Tony, my drama teacher the last 4 years and born in Australia, is in his place today. He's working away at the main desk in the lab area.
Mr. Tony! I'm surprised to see you here.
I comment towards him. He jumps the second I speak. Dear gracious! Oh, hi, Nicholina.
Did I get you there?
My apologies. Don't be sorry. You never cease to light up the room.
I nod in acknowledgement and ask,
Is Mr. Ingalls okay? He's really sick, he explains. I actually spoke with his family about it, and it doesn't appear it's normal by any stretch. I feel my eyes widen as he explains further. He all of a sudden is feeling very dizzy. Has been throwing up a lot, hallucinating, and even his eyelids have turned purple.
What? Was all I could say. This sounds far worse than salmonella, or even a cold.
He may not be back for a while, Mr. Tony finishes, trying to be professional.
But the look on his eyebrows tells me all I need to know.
My God, I curse under my breath.
I just hope for the best.
Me too, he replies. Try not to worry about it too much, okay?
I'll do what I can.
I say in return, feeling the anxiety in my stomach build up. I take my seat in the classroom area at the front as my fellow classmates file in. I already have finished my latest project in class on recording a mock music video, which they all are still working on.
Maybe I'll use this class to study further for my math test. As soon as the bell rings, I take out my notes and start reading them.
First period goes by so fast, I don't initially hear the bell ring. My anxiety has died down quite a bit, but something about that purple eye symptom Mr. Tony told me about doesn't feel right.
No less, I think reading those notes definitely helped me. I stand up from my seat and make my way out. It's going to take a couple flights upstairs to get to the top floor where my math class is. But I can use the exercise.
I walk in a minute before the bell rings again. Little close for comfort, I'm not gonna lie. I sit down in the middle of the class, on the middle right and third row of seats.
My teacher, Mrs. Jensen, who honestly is such a sweetheart, goes over the outline of the test before letting us get to work on it.
It's 10 questions long. I breeze by the first 3 questions, no problem.
The fourth question? Getting down to a single number. That's something I should be able to solve, right?
I take a few minutes to complete it, but no less, I think I got it.
The rest is very straightforward. Before I know it, I'm done with 40 minutes to spare in class.
The first one, in fact. I stand up and take my test to Mrs. Jensen. Whoa! That was fast, Nicholina, she comments as she takes the paper. Well done!
Thank you, Mrs. Jensen,
I reply. I have a brief look outside. The sun is barely poking through the clouds now as I scan the horizon. Then, in the right corner of my eye, I spot a man across the street in front of the Willet. He's looking right at the classroom window. Not moving, and no emotion. He doesn't have a coat on. Just a plain black t-shirt, blue jeans, and black sandals. How long has he been there for?
I sure as hell didn't see him when I walked in.
Nicholina? Mrs. Jensen asks, snapping me from my thoughts. Are you okay?
Me? Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
I respond, quickly turning back to face her. Sky's starting to clear a bit, eh? She nods in reply. Oh, yes, indeed.
Well, why don't you go back to your seat and relax?
Sure thing. Thank you. I stammer before returning to my seat. Before I walk back, I take another look out the window. See, the man has vanished. Must have given up, I suppose. Typical stalker, I'd say.
I sit down, pull out my phone, and play a new karting game. It's a lot like Mario Kart, except with very realistic graphics. I basically spend the rest of the period doing so as everyone finishes the test.
Before I know it, the bell rings once more. I grab my binder from the basket under my seat and head out the door. I make my way down the staircase beside the classroom, which leads me down to the hallway to my locker. I reach it and go to turn the lock to get my backpack.
But all of a sudden, I get dizzy and feel like I'm gonna fall in. I drop my binder and extend my arms to grab the door in the corner of the wall by one of the English classrooms. And somehow I hold myself up. Caroline, one of my classmates from drama last semester, is passing by just as this happens.
Whoa! Are you alright, Nicholina? She calls out. I turn around to face her, still feeling a little dizzy.
Oh, hey, Caroline. I'm okay.
You sure? She asks, concerned while picking up my binder. You looked like you were going to faint. Yeah. I appreciate your concern, though, I reply, taking my binder from her hand. Okay, take care of yourself. Don't want our favorite school spirit lord to be out of action now, would we? She says, before leaning down to pick up a drawing that fell out of my binder. I nod in agreement while putting my binder in my backpack and notice the drawing of myself in school spirit gear. Oh!
I didn't realize that was in there. Must have forgotten to take it out last night.
Oh, no worries, Nicholina. You did a wonderful job on this. Oh, thank you! I joyfully say, taking the drawing from Caroline's hands.
I'm not necessarily the best when it comes to posing, though.
Hey, at least you tried. I'm sure the next one you bring will be even better. You're the most creative person I know, after all.
I appreciate it, Caroline. I smile back in return as I grab my backpack and slip my drawing back into my binder.
No problem. Anyways, have a great rest of your day.
She cheerfully says before heading down the hallway.
You too, I call back. I close my locker, slip on my sapphire blue jacket, along with my school beanie and winter gloves, and pick up my backpack. It's already time to head home. I meet Mom at the same set of doors where she dropped me off, and I hop in the car. I see a look of concern in her eyes as she puts the car in drive.
Mom, are you alright? I ask. Honestly, not really. The office is unexpectedly closed today and most of my stuff is there.
Oh no. Any reason? I press further. Al and Cowley are ill. And bad. Oh no!
What? Mr. Ingalls is really sick today too. Mr. Tony filled in at ComTech for him.
Oh my god. Her eyes widen as we pull out of the parking lot. So you're not the only one.
Sadly, yes. I don't know what the hell is going on.
I say before I pull out my phone and continue playing my game. I think of telling her of my dizzy spell, but I sense her impatience. Best I keep that for another day.
I'll let our dear Sophie's engine and wheels do the talking.
Through the uptown area we drive, past the vet clinic and into a countryside as large as the cornfields in Kansas.
I've called this part of Paris my home for almost a decade now. I never get tired of seeing these fields stretch out, even if right now they look barren with small patches of snow every so often.
Onto my street we turn. Driving up, I see 2 navy blue grain silos and a silver grain bin towering overhead, with a crimson and white wooden barn adjacent to them.
We turn into the driveway and park, which is separate from the paved path to the barn, and up beside the large living room window, surrounded by the beigeish gold brick facade where I lay my head. Surrounded on the perimeter by small pine trees in the largest front yard I could ever describe.
I step out and immediately hop onto the oak walkway leading to the front door, with barely a speck of snow on it. Mom follows as I glimpse at the small garden that soon will be blooming like every spring, with a little pond beside it. She unlocks the front door and we step inside.
I hang my backpack on the hook beside the front closet, as well as my coat. I stuff my beanie and gloves in the right sleeve, and then flick off my boots on the thick black carpet beside another hook rack.
I dart for the pantry and fetch a box of chicken fingers from the freezer.
They're my go-to lunch. Could you make some for me too?
Mom calls from the living room.
Sure can,
I call back. I open the box and grab the bag of chicken.
I set out 8 each for Mom and I. I turn the dial to preheat the oven.
While I wait, I step into the living room just in front of Mom's desk. I look out the front window and catch a glimpse of the small church and schoolhouse up on a small incline. Made of our native cobblestones, they were used for services and education from the mid-1840s to the early 1920s.
Though nowadays they're hardly used, weddings are held specifically at the church on occasion, including one I went to 9 years ago, not long after I moved to the area. So it's not really abandoned, and still in relatively good shape.
You know, Mom, it's a surprise we don't go up there often, I comment.
Yeah, maybe when it warms up, we could have a picnic there, Mom replies, looking at me briefly before looking back down at her phone.
Yeah, that would be nice, I say back, not really thinking too much on the idea. The oven soon clicks, snapping me back from my thoughts. The preheating is done. I head back to the kitchen and put the chicken fingers in. I close it and set the timer on the nearby microwave for 20 minutes.
Mom and I will be eating like royalty very soon. Like heaven in a nutshell. Who can ask for anything more complicated than that?